What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to give you a comparison video comparing my old 216 piece Craftsman Versastack Mechanics tool set with the new from Craftsman 230 piece Versastack Mechanics tool set. I'm going to go through the new one, give you kind of an overview, and compare it to the old one. Now, obviously, this is 216 piece. This is 230 piece. Is more pieces better? Is bigger better, or is the old one a better value? Let's get into it. So first things first, going right from the outside here, the box is completely different. The new one is much bigger, much thicker, stronger, and more substantial. The old one kind of looks like a skeleton. It's smaller in footprint, probably weighs a little bit less if I had to guess. But the positive to that is that it has all these little compartments for nuts and screws and bolts and washers and things like that, which I use, honestly. The handle on the old one compared to the handle on the new one's handle is more substantial, thicker for sure. And on the new one here is the only kind of storage for bits and pieces that you have. The other difference, clearly from the outside, is the drawers look different as well. You have a little bit clearer labeling, much clearer labeling on the new one. And also, the difference between the old one and the new one and the drawers is kind of how they lock into place. So the old one, I found this to be the 216 piece. This is fairly annoying, honestly, especially when you're trying to record a YouTube video. You have to open it with these tabs, and there's one on each side, okay, just like that, on all of them. And so it's very hard, very difficult, and very dangerous, too, doing it with one hand because it's just a pain in the butt, okay? The new one, you have this locking mechanism here. So it's locked into place, just like the old one was. But to unlock it, you just put it in the unlock position, and these drawers freely move out. Now, the other difference is, as you can see, that's locked. That's locked into place. I can't pull this anymore. So I can kind of leave it like that, more or less. The old one, as you saw when I pulled this out, this can just pull out by itself. And you have to be very, very careful that it doesn't just fall all over the place and your tools are everywhere and you have a big disaster on your hands. So let's start with the 1/4 inch. Well, first I'll show you how this kind of works in regards to being locked out like that. The only negative is that you have a bunch of stuff back there that you don't really have access to without taking the whole drawer out. The good news is you can take the whole drawer out. You use these tabs here. You have one there, and trying not to drop everything while I'm videotaping this video for you. We took that whole drawer out, and you could take the whole drawer with you if you need to go somewhere with it. Here is the 1/4 inch on the 230 piece, and here is the 1/4 inch on a 216 piece. This had Allen keys in there. I took them out. It had less Allen keys than this one. This has more Allen keys, so more of your pieces are in Allen keys. That is not beneficial to me. As I said, I don't really use them. I'd rather have them on, like a hex head, or I'm sorry, a socket bit. So you do have your 1/4 inch ratchet. I see one extension where the 216 piece has a longer one. That doesn't look like that's included in the 230 piece. Now, in regards to this screwdriver here, this seems to be a little bit better of a setup because this is a 1/4 inch driver in and of itself, which I would find to be useful. And the Phillips head, flathead, and you have some Torx there as well, are on a socket, which is nice. On the old one, this was not a driver, and you had to kind of use all these little bits, which I was not a huge fan of. In regards to sockets, it looks like the 216 piece has more pieces of sockets than the 230 piece. Let's take a look. So for the standard 1/4 inch, you get 7/16 up to 1/2. And on this, you have 5/32. all the way up to 9/16. So you have more on the 216 piece. In regards to the deeps, you have, let's see where it starts, 3/16 all the way up to 9/16. And on the newer version, you have 5/32 up to 1/2. So you could see that there's a little bit more in the socket department on the 216 piece, at least when it comes to the 1/4 inch. Now let's move on to the 3/8 drawer of each. Another difference I see as well, these are in a better order. It goes 1/4 inch, 3/8, and then 1/2 inch underneath, which makes sense, obviously, smaller to bigger. This starts at 3/8, then 1/4 inch, then 1/2 inch. A little bit confusing on this one, honestly. So the 3/8 compared to the 3/8 on the 216 piece, right off the bat, I'm definitely seeing way more sockets on the old piece. I mean, especially the deep well sockets for sure. So the deep well, so you have your ratchet, and you have once again 2 extensions. This one, only a small extension, no big extension. Also, you have, let's see the sizes of this. You have 10 to 19, and on here you have, let's see, 11 to 17, and then the standard is, you know, the same amount. On the non-deep one, the standard depth sockets on the 230 piece, you have 3/8 up to 3/4. What did I say? 3/8 to 3/4. And on this one, you just have way more. On this one, you have 1/4 all the way up to 15/16. Just have way more sockets on the 216 piece than the 230 piece. I mean, and that's very clear just looking from the top, comparing the two. Now, I did bring up hex keys. I like the ones on the sockets, not the little L-shaped. That is one thing the 230 piece has the 216 piece beat on. You do have Allen key sockets here, hex head sockets. You have a 1/4 inch. Here you can see here 1/4 inch, and you have 5/16 and 3/8, as well as 5mm, 6, 7, I'm assuming, and 8. Yep, 7 and 8. So you have 7 different hex keys on sockets that you could play with, something that this does not have. You could also see the 216 piece comes with spark plug sockets, and the 230 piece does not. Now, onto the 1/2 inch drawer of each. Here is the 1/2 inch drawer on the new one. I'm seeing something I like and something I don't like already. Here is the 1/2 inch on the 216 piece, and compared to the 1/2 inch on the 230 piece. And wow, what a difference on the amount of sockets that you have. Now I will take this one out. I added that because that's 1 1/8 size that I need for my boat, so I added that myself. But still, I mean, look at the difference. I mean, what do you have here? So obviously you have your ratchet, and you have your small extension. Once again, you have a large extension on the 216 piece and only a small one on the 230 piece. Socket wise, what do you have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 sockets. That's it. And on this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 23 sockets compared to 6. Huge difference. Now, it's not all negative. You do have, a better system in regards to organizing your open-end wrenches. But honestly, it doesn't really look like you even have any more open-end wrenches. It's really just a better organization of them. Really drastic difference on the 1/2 inch. The tools themselves seem to be the exact same. It's really just the collection of the tools and the difference in the boxes. So that is it overall. Honestly, I'm gonna stick with my old one. It's a way better value, even though it's less pieces. It looks like this just has a lot more fluff, a lot more filler pieces with the extra little L-shaped Allen keys, all the extra pieces for the screwdriver bits, all of that. Now the box is better, I would say. It looks way more substantial. It probably is way stronger. Can probably withstand way more pressure if you drop it or whatever. But honestly, I'd rather have more tools. And remember when I said that this is probably heavier? It's probably not, because it has way less actual legitimate sockets and tools in it than that one does. This one just seems like to have a lot of filler pieces. Although I will say that the drawer difference and this locking mechanism seems really, really useful, that you could open it one-handed and it also locks, and you don't have to worry too much about the whole thing just coming out, slipping out of your hand, and you get tools everywhere. But yep, that is it for today, guys. I appreciate you tuning in. Let me know if you how you like your 216 piece, if you have that, and let me know what you think about the new 230 piece Versastack tool set. To me, it just seems like the old one's a better value, but honestly, I don't even know if you can get that one anymore, so you may not have too much of a choice. Let me know if you're going to think about upgrading. And yeah, that's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, hit the like button, comment, and let me know what you think. Take care.